So today we'll be continuing to take a look at a scenario where civilization starts over. In the last episode, we saw a couple of things happening, such as the yellow team conquests over here with the red team and a couple of other countries. The green team annexing all this land. I think it has been a while, so if I did miss anything, please let me know. But I'm pretty sure that those were, I think, the only two things that happened. Oh wait, no, we saw the destruction of the blue team up here. Yeah, they lost a pretty big war, and now they are reduced to almost nothing. And I think that's about it. Oh, and the yellow team becoming a militarist country. But if you guys do enjoy this episode, please make sure to like and subscribe. All the support is greatly appreciated. But anyway, let's jump straight into it. Now, I know there is no big continent thing over here anymore, but that is because I'm just going to flash it on screen really quick because there's actually no, there is another continent over here, just not the one that was previously here because that one was super ugly, so I changed it, but there is more continents over here. But anyway, we're going to be first starting down here with the these two countries. These two literally have done nothing the whole series, except for in that war where they both broke away from each other, but they're going to be going to war again. As we see orange team troops crossing the border into the pink country, as they will start to take over a lot of land very fast. Now, if I were to do power rankings for these guys, literally both of these guys are quite literally some of the weakest countries in the world. Like if I was to compare, I would say the pink team is probably like, there's got to be at least 100 countries on this map already. But the pink team is probably like 90th. Like they're really weak. I don't really care about EA, but they are really weak. And I would say the orange country is probably around the 60 range. Like they are nowhere near as strong as like the strongest countries in the world. And also like there are a lot of different countries that are stronger than them. They're very weak at this point in time. But that does not matter right now because the orange team in this conflict is they're very crap, what are the words? They are way stronger than the pink team. As we see that they send out multiple spearheads around the capital city. And this is really bad as now their city is being encircled from multiple fronts. And also over here in the west, we see them doing pretty good damage. However, the pink team's capital will then be captured, and from here we are just going to see a scramble for the rest of the country. With the blue team invading in from down here, these guys, they're pretty strong. They are like top 20 in the world. And then we have a top 50 country over here. These guys are not very strong as well, but they have been around for quite a long time, and actually I should probably update the major cities because there's like, I know there's a ton over here, but otherwise like here there's not very many, but yeah, I might update those. But over here we see that the pink country is going to get completely decimated with the capture of their final major city, and from here we are just going to see a scramble for the country until the pink team is just going to surrender. And we can take a look at this peace treaty. As in this peace treaty, this is what we end up seeing. We see that the orange team gets basically all this northern land from the pink team. The blue team is going to get this land over here, making them increasingly bigger. And then we see the maroon country getting this piece of land right there. But that is another country off the map. But now we're going to actually see a couple more countries being added. But before we go there, we actually have to go over here to the dark blue team and this puppet state thing. I forgot what I called it. But this thing was literally around for not even an episode. And yeah, these guys are just gonna invade it. As these, or before we get to new countries, these guys, they're not even recognized and they have no major cities. And on the other hand side, I think there is a mountain range here. I'm not quite sure, but let me just check. Yeah, there is a mountain range here. And with that, yeah, what do you expect? Of course, they're just going to get taken over because there's not even a single major city in their country. But in this peace treaty, we actually will be seeing it getting split like this, with the lime team getting half and the dark blue team getting half, so that both sides are happy. But now we head over to this purple country, a country that has literally seen nothing in thousands of years. They just like spawned in here. I don't even remember when these guys formed, but yeah, they're gonna be experiencing something. Oh, that's unfortunate. But anyway, we see that the dark blue team over here is once again hungry for land, and this oh my gosh, I hate these borders. But over here we see that the uh, weird color country will also be invading them. So yeah, not a good day to be the purple team. Especially when blue team forces are this close to your to one of your capital cities. In fact, I don't even know why this country has two. They're not like a dual monarchy, and they're not like a union or anything. But yeah, this is not going good. After all this land gets taken, and the blue team quickly nears the capital city of this country. I believe this was the original capital city. I don't know why there's two. But they will quickly do that, and then stuff like this. Crap, I don't know the words. But then additionally up here, we see that the beige country, they're going to start expanding down here and quickly spearhead toward this major city and quickly siege it. And their goal for this war is just to get as much sea access as possible. Like, yeah, they have some right here, none over there. They have a little bit right here, but they want to have a navy, so they are going to do something like that. Additionally, with the blue country, we see that they captured this major city, and they will continue to spread forces up through this area as they want another coastline as well, as most of the places that they own up, if I can zoom out, up here are frozen, like it's cold, so yeah. Oh dear God. But yeah, right after we see a bunch of this stuff getting captured, yeah, the pink team, or these guys, they fall into a complete civil war, and oh my gosh, how could this get any worse? Oh, well, I spoke too soon, as one of their capital cities is now captured by the blue team, and from here it is just a absolute bloodbath. Um, but now we're just gonna end the war for these two, and we're gonna focus on the Civil War. So while the Civil War is going on, we see that these guys up here, they will capture this major city, and the dark blue team will make a couple further like incursions around this area. But ultimately, this is where their border stops. Actually, I wanted to go a little further, something like that. But now, time to focus on the Civil War. As we see green team forces moving in from the south side, as this is where most of their momentum is coming from. The southern portion of the purple team is quite more populated than the rest of it. As we can see, there are a lot of major cities down here, not very many up here. So yeah, they're definitely more powerful than the original government. But additionally, from this major city, we see a very successful invasion, which will go out and capture a lot of land. They are not focused with connecting up with the other parts. Like these guys, they actually should be their own rebellion. There we go, now they're their own rebellion. But these guys, they are going to start spreading out and capturing as much territory as possible. As these guys, they want to be a pretty strong country over here in this area. And these guys are also allied or being funded by the dark blue team. So they, of course, want to be strong and impress their ally. However, in other areas, yeah, it is definitely not going well for the pink team, as all sea access is cut off, and the second capital city will be captured with ease, as there was a huge county in the capital city that actually broke away. But from here, we see that this exclave is then connected up with, and from here, yeah, this this major city is going to get captured, and I mean, yeah, what do you expect after this? As after this, we see a ton of reconnecting up with their exclaves over here, as the green team and the gray team will take more and more land. And to end this war, we see that the capturing of the final major city will happen. And I mean, yeah, this was kind of expected, as they fell into a civil war while they were fighting a two-front war. So yeah, let's take a look at a peace treaty. So, in this peace treaty, we see a couple of things happening, such as the absolute destruction of the purple country over here, as we see that the dark blue team will be getting all of this land right here, including that sea axis that they wanted. The green rebellion will absolutely cripple the living crap out of these guys. And then up here, we see the beige country taking over all of this land, making themselves probably the most powerful, like, weird, I don't even know what to call this thing at this point. But as for capitals, these are what our capital cities are looking like. But yeah, those are our new countries for over here. But now we are actually going down to the Triangle Alliance. We have not talked about military alliances in a while, actually. And speaking of alliances, these guys will be getting a new member. Sorry if you see that. But the Triangle Alliance, they have 4 members, but they're actually going to be getting a few members, such as the pink country right here. These guys are going to join for a reason I will tell you in a second. But unfortunately, they're going to be losing a member, which is these guys down here. They just don't feel connected to these guys, especially because if we look at the ideology, they do not align with these ideologies up here. There's democracies, there's monarchies, and etc. And then these guys are military dictatorship, so they do not align there. However, another person that will join is actually the monarchist gray team. If we remember the Second Alteronian War, we remember that the gray team used to be huge, and now they're reduced to this, and the monarchy took its place as the strongest gray team republic thing that came out of it. But yeah, so why did these two join, you may ask? Well, I'm going to explain that right now. Oh boy. As we see pink team forces moving into the monarchist territory, as these guys, they want their land back, as in the war, these islands were taken from them, and they believe that they are rightfully theirs, so they are going to send in a huge military force and quickly take out the island. However, right after this, the purple team is going to join the Triangle Alliance, and these guys are very hesitant to join the war, as, well, these guys joined before, but these guys, they just joined, and why should we help them? Like, they just got invaded, and then they join us for, they don't even know why. But, they're not joining because they got attacked, but because another country in their alliance just got attacked by the pink team. Uh-oh. As we see the purple team getting attacked from multiple landings by the pink team. Now, why would they invade these guys? They have no reason. Well, actually they do. They're land hungry. That's exactly why. They believe that if they would have won the war, yeah, these countries would be in their empire. But they want to invade these guys and make sure that their empire lives on for a very long time in this region, to make sure that no one can really, like, attack them. So yeah, they're gonna invade these guys. But starting up here with the monarchist country, we see that the invasion of their empire is going extremely well, as the pink team is the strongest country in the world. And I don't know why there's a capital city up here, because that should not be there. But we see that they are able to just absolutely blitz over this northern territory. There's not even a single major city up here. So they're going to be able to just absolutely demolish this part up here and take back a ton of land. While down here in the south, something really bad just happened for them. A huge battle was just lost by the pink team, as the siege of this major city was just won, and with this, a ton of troops were cut off from the front lines, and additionally, a general made a mistake, having them to retreat all the way down to the tip of this, I don't even know what kind of landmass this is called. But anyway, going over here, sorry if there was a pause, I could not find the pause button. But anyway, we see that the pink team forces are just having a field day over here, as these guys are not very strong, or at least that's what they think, except their whole alliance was very, like, they didn't even think that this was going to happen, so they aren't even prepared yet. But with this, we see that the pink team, they're able to blitz across this territory very fast until a certain country that has historically been pretty nationalistic will come and send in forces. This country is the green team. The green team is probably one of the most nationalistic countries in the world in history because their empire was huge. Like, before they collapsed, their empire looked something like, they looked like this. They were absolutely enormous. Like, they controlled, like, all of this land right here. They controlled most of this island. They were just absolutely massive. So they will start sending a huge amount of forces over here to protect the purple team. And surprisingly, in the north, the pink team is at a loss up here, with the purple team winning a battle up here. And also in the south, we see that the purple team is able to push back the pink team. And you might be wondering, how is the pink team losing this bad? Or, like, how are they not able to take out this wimpy alliance? Well, this wimpy alliance is being funded by somebody else. However, I will not share said information. But these guys are going to get pushed back to this major city. And also, that's not even the main reason why they're losing over here. But it is also a reason over here, because the elites of this country are, well, one of the secretaries of like aggression or whatever, like, they are very focused on attacking and defending. That's why there's so let me draw a quick diagram. So here's my diagram of how the, like, elites of the pink team work. So, like, right up here you have the dictator. These guys control the whole country. Over here you have the guy, the aggressor, and you have the Secretary of Defense, the Secretary of Aggression, Secretary of Defense. So these guys are the second highest people in the empire. Below the Secretary of Aggression, you have your admirals, you have your generals, and you have, like, your special forces over here. And then over here in your defensive area, you have, like, things like the naval officers, and well, I mean, they're all, like, connected, like, in some way. Like, these guys also have control of this. These guys, it's just really weird, but it really actually looks something like this, and then like this, and just it's really like confusing, because then the Navy has stuff that, like, both admirals and the Navy it's just really confusing. But then, like, here you have your commanding naval officers. So you have, like, your commanding naval officers that are controlled by your admirals and your Navy. And then the last one over here, this is actually, these guys are, like, I don't really, so it's kind of weird, because these guys, like, they're the bank of the pink team, and they make, like, all their money off of, like, war and stuff, because they pay the whole military. Like, this bank is really powerful. But yeah, this is what the whole thing looks like. So if you want to take a screenshot and save that for later, yeah, this is what it looks like. But anyway, the problem about, like, what's happening over here and why they're losing so much, the Secretary of Aggression told an admiral, a very high-ranking admiral, to tell his generals to invade this coast right here, and, like, do a complete bombardment of these specific sites, because these are where a bunch of, like, army bases and, like, naval bases, naval ports. That's where all that stuff is. And the general, he was thinking something completely different. Instead of attacking these sites right here, he attacked these sites, which are arguably horrible to attack. If I was to explain all of this, up here, yeah, there's a capital city, but yeah, you can make an invasion, but there are hundreds of thousands of troops sitting right here that will kick you right off into the water. And then down here, this major city is not very important to the pink team, but specifically there are two very huge military bases right here. And if what are you doing? Yeah, you made a couple invasions right here, but that's why they lost so easily, because they did not bombard these areas like they were told to, and instead they chose to ignore orders, and so and so fact that this general is executed, or the general that was ordered was executed, and yeah. But anyway, back to the war. We see that the pink team the purple team is able to kick the pink team forces off the island. However, down here, when the new general comes in, he is able to make quick work of this part right down here, and he establishes a very stable front line. However, it is then stalemated by the purple team forces, and well, they're just going to start sending supplies in through here. Additionally, we see that this general will start sending forces into the other Triangle Team Alliance members, as we see that this pink country down here, these guys were once occupied by the pink team itself, but they are now getting invaded, and we see one major city getting sieged, and the other major city getting captured, which eventually leads to another one getting sieged, all within a couple of months. So if I had to give you a timeline, this war has been going around for 4 months already. Just because, yeah, that's why. But now coming down here, we actually see something interesting happening. We see pink team forces, if I can get the right size brush. We see pink team forces pulling out of this northern area and retreating almost all the way back to the sea, but they do keep this amount of land. But now you might be wondering, why? Why would they do this? Oh wait, that's why. As we see the gray team invading into this area, now they have successfully joined the war, but they weren't really taking troops out of this area. They were just moving them, and they let the gray team take this area. But now the purple team's in trouble, as we see an abundance of pink team soldiers landing over here and cutting the country into two once again. Except now they are just going to focus up here, and there are no major cities over here. Yeah, we got to fix that. But we see a huge military campaign taking place up here, pushing them almost completely out. And from here we see that the monarchy is just it's in complete chaos. And yeah, surrender is imminent for them. However, the pink team, okay, let me find the words really quick. It is at this point that the Triangle Alliance is going to sit down with a pink team officer and establish a meeting point over here in this city of this brand new country to discuss peace terms. These guys are not invited, but the pink team is going to accept these peace terms, and they are going to agree to a pretty big peace treaty on their behalf. And the peace treaty basically says that the pink team is able to take about this much land, and then not that much land. I don't really like how that looked. But the peace treaty states that they are going to be getting these two pieces of land and the rest of this island. And well, yeah, this is not a win for either side. I mean, I guess it's a win for the pink team, but it is also kind of a win for the purple team as for what they're going to get in the peace treaty. So basically, in this peace treaty, we see a couple of things happening. Starting off up here, the purple team is going to get all of that land. The pink team is going to get this land like promised. And then the gray team is going to get this land up here, making them look very weird. But this is not the end of the pink team conquests, as in the final events of this video, what do you expect to happen? All these countries are getting wiped off the map, but these 4 are going to get invaded, and now the pink team owns these islands again. But what they do afterward is going to shock basically everyone in the world, but they're going to turn this into a puppet state for the pink country, and along with this, they are actually going to be giving the exclaves that they just got over to the country, if I can get the color. But yeah, they make a brand new country, and immediately these guys are all very, very mad at the pink team, and also I absolutely hate this border. So instead of it going over to the purple team, there we go, that looks much better. And instead of it going over to the pink team, they are going to be joining this alliance. So, yeah, let's look at the updated alliance layer. But there we go, those are our brand new alliances, as the parallelogram alliance, or the Pentagon Alliance, will gain a new member, and the Triangle Alliance is going to keep the orange team, which is a democracy. These guys are fascist, but this democracy is going to be heavily supplied with weapons and everything, making them pretty strong. Before the last event in this episode, because it is getting quite long, we are actually going to be looking at power rankings. Now, I don't know how long ago I did these power rankings, but we're going to do them again, even if it was like 2 days ago. But we, of course, 1, 2, and then we actually see that the yellow team is able to beat the blue team in the race for 3rd, which is unfortunate because now they are at 4A again. And who is 4B? Oh, that's 4B. As the green team has now caught up to the blue team in power, and well, yeah, what else is there to say? At the 5th spot, we see that the red team takes the 5th place. At 6, we actually will be seeing the green team over here will take the 6th spot. The yellow team will take the 7th spot. Both the red country and the gold team will take the, did I say 8th spot? No, I said 7th. But these guys, they will both take the 8th spot. They are pretty powerful together. And, well, sure, they're not, like, equal. Like, these guys are stronger than these guys, obviously. But they both are considered the 8th spot. At number 9, we have the lime team. And with a significant drop-off, the orange team is the 10th strongest country in the world. They dropped from being the 6th strongest country to the 10th. Now, why is that? Now, that's a question for next episode. And to end it off, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.